Assalamu alaikum. 1 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Ghazi. First, the headlines. Foreign Minister says establishing peace in Afghanistan is common responsibility of all the stakeholders. Justice Asif Saeed Khosa sworn in as 26th Chief Justice of Pakistan today. National Assembly was informed today that government has decided to forcefully raise Kashmir dispute as humanitarian issue to expose Indian abuses in the occupied territory. China and Germany have pledged to deepen cooperation in the financial sector. Now the news in detail. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and the visiting U.S. Special Representative on Peace and Reconciliation in Afghanistan, Zalmay Khalilzad, held talks at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad today. They discussed the progress achieved so far in the peace and reconciliation process in Afghanistan. The Foreign Minister assured the Special U.S. Representative that Pakistan will continue its sincere efforts to facilitate the Afghan reconciliation process to bring peace and stability to the region. He said establishing peace in Afghanistan is a common responsibility of all the stakeholders. Zalmay Khalilzad thanked the foreign minister for facilitating the direct talks between the United States and the Taliban. He said the U.S. leadership values Pakistan's endeavors for peace and reconciliation in Afghanistan. A U.S. delegation comprising the representatives of American State Department and Defense and National Security Council also attended the meeting. President of UN General Assembly Maria has arrived in Islamabad on a 5-day visit to Pakistan. Soon after her arrival, she visited Foreign Office and held talks with Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. During the visit, Ms. Maria will also call on the President Dr. Arif Alvi and Prime Minister Imran Khan. This is her first visit to any Asian country as President of UN General Assembly. Justice Asif Saeed Khosa took oath as the 26th Chief Justice of Pakistan at a ceremony at Aiwan-e-Sadr in Islamabad today. President Dr. Arif Alvi administered the oath to him. The ceremony was attended, among others, by Prime Minister Imran Khan, Senate Chairman, Speaker National Assembly, members of the Federal Cabinet, provincial governors, parliamentarians, services chiefs, and serving and retired judges of the Supreme Court and lawyers. Several foreign dignitaries belonging to law and justice field also attended the ceremony. The National Assembly was informed today the government has decided to forcefully raise Kashmir dispute as a humanitarian issue at the international level in order to expose the Indian abuses in the occupied territory. Parliamentary Secretary for Foreign Affairs Andalib Abbas told the House during the question hour that Kashmir Solidarity Day on 5th February will be observed this year not only in Pakistan but also abroad, including London. The parliamentary secretary said Prime Minister Imran Khan raised the issue of recent Indian brutalities in occupied Kashmir with the UN Secretary General. She said Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, during his address at the UN General Assembly session, also exposed Indian abuses. In occupied Kashmir, Chairman of All Parties Hurriyat Conference Sayyid Ali Gilani has expressed serious concern over prolonged illegal detention of Hurriyat leaders in the Held Valley. In a statement in Srinagar, Gilani said inhuman and biased treatment to prisoners is the gross violations of human rights. He said oppressive and coercive measures will never deter Kashmiris from pursuing their struggle for justice and basic rights. In Afghanistan, at least 8 Taliban have been killed during infighting between 2 Taliban commanders in Shindand, a district of western Herat province. China and Germany have pledged to deepen cooperation in the financial sector and work together to battle trade protectionism. This consensus was made during a meeting of Chinese Vice Premier Liu He with German Finance Minister Olaf in Beijing today. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log in onto our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.